Hello and welcome to the first of these Bible studies that we're doing as a vlog. Thank you so much for coming to Contagious. Thank you for watching this vlog as well. And we really hope and pray that this vlog will help you to learn how to do a Bible study if you don't normally do one. If you do normally do one, we just hope that kind of sharing it with someone else might help you and help you maybe learn a few things to keep you going in your Bible study. But also, having come back from Contagious, we hope and pray that just being able to watch this will be an encouragement to you. We're going to go through the very first of these Nano 24/7 studies. We're going to be looking in this one at Proverbs chapter 1, verses 1 to 7. I've got an empty chair here. I'm going to imagine that you're there in that chair. I know it's a bit weird doing this via video, but we hope this will be helpful. So we're going to turn to Proverbs chapter 1. We're looking for verse 1. All right, let me just find that. I'm turning the wrong way in the Bible. Do you ever do that? I do that all the time. So Proverbs chapter 1, I'm going to read verses 1 to 7. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, for attaining wisdom and discipline, for understanding words of insight, for acquiring a disciplined and prudent life, doing what is right and just and fair, for giving prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance, for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Okay, I'd like you to keep that open. We're going to start to look at the questions. Firstly, looking back, what did you love best about Nano? That silence is a chance for you to answer. You don't have to speak it out loud, you can just think it. One of the things I love about Nano is being with you guys, watching the energy that you have. I really, really enjoy the evening meetings as well. I enjoy the small groups. I enjoy just being able to get with a small bunch of people and open the Bible and read it and see what we think. That's what I love. Did you feel like it is easier to study the Bible with the help of other people? Well, I do generally. I'm a lot older than all of you, and I still find it really helpful to study the Bible with other people rather than just do it all the time on my own. Let's move on. Looking deeper. What does the writer of Proverbs want here in verse 2? So verse 2 says this, for attaining wisdom and discipline, for understanding words of insight. What does the writer of Proverbs want here? Well, it looks like he wants to know wisdom. And wisdom goes hand in hand with discipline. You get wisdom by being disciplined. Discipline and discipleship are the same root word. So you get discipleship when you walk in step with what is wise. For understanding words of insight. The thing that makes a word truly insightful is that it's true. It speaks the truth about life. And there is no one wiser in life than God who made all of life. So if you're going to really know wisdom, you've really got to know God. He develops this in verses 3 to 6. What different parts of wise living does he mention? Well, what do you notice there in verse 3? Well, wise living includes doing what is right and just and fair. Verse 4, whether you're simple or really deep, you still need to know what wise living is. Verse 5, let the wise listen and add to their learning, and let the discerning get guidance. It doesn't matter where you start on this track, there's always something more to learn. Verse 6, for understanding proverbs and parables, the sayings and riddles of the wise. We're not the only people who have lived in this world. There is much written and much to learn in this world. I just needed to flick something on the computer there. My apologies if you thought I was trying to get you. Let's move on. Where does wise living start? Look, 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Well, wise living starts by a right attitude to God. It says here, the fear of the Lord. What we're talking about is a right attitude to God, a right reverence of Him, or it does mean a little bit being scared of God, but it's talking far more about the type of right attitude to Him. Treating God as God is the simplest way I can put that. What is the fear of the Lord? We're given a clue on what it is not. What do fools hate? Well, fools despise wisdom and discipline. So anyone that does the opposite of what is wise is someone who despises, who hates wisdom, and who hates discipline. So someone that doesn't want to learn how to live right before God, someone who doesn't work at it is a fool. But someone who does work at knowing God better, who does want to know God before everything else, is someone who is starting to be wise. Should we move on? Let's move on to live out. Wisdom is not something that will be seen straight away. Verse 4 gives a clue that young people often find it hard to be wise. Look at verse 4. For giving prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the young. Now, why does it say fools and the young, or simple and the young? Well, it's not saying that all young people are simple or all young people are foolish. It's just saying that sometimes the younger you are, the more you've got to learn. So, the question for you is, wisdom is not something that's gained straight away, so how much do you want to work with it? How can you grow in the fear of the Lord this week, even if you make mistakes along the way? Well, if you really want to grow in the fear of the Lord, then you will want to get to know God. So you're doing the right thing by getting this far through the study. It's only 8 minutes that we've been studying this for, but if you've stuck with it for 8 minutes, you've obviously got a heart and a hunger to know God more. So well done. Keep going. Come back tomorrow. You can read through these verses again. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7 is an excellent verse to commit to memory. We can do that together right now. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. I'm going to try and say that without looking now, and it's not written on the screen. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. I have to look right at the end. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. Last time. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and discipline. There we go. I think I got it. So you can grow in the fear of the Lord this week by reading your Bible, going over what we looked at in Nano, and praying to God that you will grow in this area. That's what we're going to do in just a minute. Last question, who lived this perfectly? Which human being grew in the fear of the Lord and the knowledge, despised nothing, actually, but was despised by many, and submitted himself to discipline? Well, that person was Jesus. He had to grow in the knowledge of God. It wasn't a natural thing. Hello, Libby.
Hi.
This is my vlog, Libby.
It's my time.
Okay, thank you, lovey. I'll be in just a minute. That gives me a chance to finish this just by praying for you and with you. This is something that it's great to do when you start studying the Bible, and it's great to do when you have studied the Bible, to ask God that He would help you to understand and learn from what you've been looking at. Okay, so I'm going to do that now, and then this is the end of the first session. Thank you for staying with it all the way to the end. Let's pray together. Father God, thank you for these young people. Please would you help them to grow in their wisdom, in the knowledge of you, in the love of you. Please would you help them to learn many helpful things in your word. And help us this week, particularly now that we're back from camp, to carry on learning about you and grow in this fear of